Hey, how you doing? No, this isn't Trey Crowder, even though I'm sexy like he is. Not. But yeah, today was the inauguration day for the 45th President of the United States of America. And no, this isn't a drill. This isn't some fantasy world. This isn't some bizarro reality. This is Donald J. Trump being President of the United States of motherfucking America. Let that sink in for a minute. Are you ready? No, it's ridiculous. It's redonkulous. It's scary as fuck. And to be honest with you, I am not sure what we're gonna do. Now, I did this in the pre-ramble for the podcast, but I want to tell y'all that I want to expand upon it a little bit further. I'm generally a pretty objective guy. I'm pretty level-headed generally, unless you say something to piss me off, I'll get oversensitive. But this just seems to be out of the ordinary, even by the standards of normal history of presidential politics or our country in general. I mean, let's think about this man has never held political office, which some people seem to think that's a virtue, which I don't agree with. This isn't a business, okay? You can't run it the same. So that's out the window. His temperament. Okay, I need y'all to go read the book, The Making of Donald Trump, and I forgot the author's name, and it came out recently, and I read it. And he was a journalist that covered Trump when he was in Vegas or LA, but he was covering him, and the kind of he's not even that good of a businessman. And of course, I'm sure you've heard that if his money was put in index fund, that he would have made more money than he would now doing all these so-called investments because he keeps losing money because he sucks at it. He sucks at investment banking. He's no good at it. The only reason he's done anything is because he has money. And that's what this whole thing is about. I don't understand the whole concept of a billionaire somehow being the people. How the fuck do you buy the fact that a guy as rich as this is some kind of populist? All he does is he's going with fear. He instills fear in people. That is the oldest trick in the book, is trying to get people to blame, minorities for shit. I mean, I don't want to get Godwin here, but a certain fucking guy with a toothbrush mustache told a certain continent or a certain country that, a certain group of people that start with a J and rhymes with U, okay, decided that they were responsible for all the ills of that country. And they started a world war over it. I'm not going to say who this person is, okay, but it rhymes with Kittler, okay? So is Trump Kittler or Chitler? I've heard that name used. I don't think he's that smart, to be honest with you. But he's incompetent enough to start to fucking ignite a bunch of shit in this country. That's just what I think is going to end up happening. Their states are going to start saying we're going to do what the fuck we want to. Well, let me amend that. The southern states, and of course the more conservative midwestern states and Utah, and other states such as that, are going to be like, oh yeah, this is our opportunity to fuck the liberal. I mean, it's not even liberals. You know what? Let's just say it like this: women are going to be screwed over. I mean, abortion rights are going to be, I mean, abrogated, to say the least. I'm sure there's a Supreme Court nominee that, of course, the Republicans held up, and all of a sudden, Mitch McConnell gives a fuck about. Oh, this is so abnormal that they wouldn't fucking approve of Supreme Court justice, even though we did the some fucking thing. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Come on. Seriously? Mitch McConnell can take a dick. And not in a good way. Okay? Because there's a good way to take a dick. But he can take a dick. And I know he didn't like it. So he can... Or, I'm assuming he didn't. Anyway. So, fuck that. I mean... we have to fucking figure out what the fuck we're gonna do as, and I'm liberal progressives, just fucking normal goddamn people. Because let's face it, when these, and there's already this shit with these people like, what the fuck did I just do? Who the fuck did I just vote for? Same thing with Brexit that happened. They're already wanting to, oh, well, wait a minute, what the fuck did I do? Here's what you did. You fell for some fucking ignorant shit. Now, I understand, and let me say this right now, because there has to be a certain level of empathy, I guess. Because, and I don't want to, this is difficult for me, because on the one hand, I don't want to be that cishet white guy in the South is like, well, they're not, they're not well educated, and they have problems. Their economics are shit, and the South has been this way for forever. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, but there are people of color, LGBT folks, and who are poor too. So why we gotta worry? Why are we worrying about the white people who are fucking in the same? Why can't we worry about all the people? Why are you so worried about the people in the South? So I mean, it's because I live in the South, and it's just go to Alabama. I mean, Alabama's horrible. There are some, I mean, abject poverty. It's not just white people. Let me go ahead and say that right now. There are plenty, but I mean, everybody's fucking poor as fuck down there. But what did LBJ say? Now I'm paraphrasing, but if you can convince the poorest white guy that he's better than a black dude, and I'm paraphrasing like I just said, but you can pick their pockets all day long and they won't fucking care. That's why they vote against their own self-interest. Because they're turning, I mean, it's the same fucking thing throughout history. What you do is divide and conquer. You fucking take the poor people and you turn them against each other while the 1% are laughing at you the whole fucking time. And that's what's going on here. Now, yes, there are fucking tons of shit wrong. The BLM movement, absolutely spot on. Black people are fucking abused. They're disproportionately represented in the prison system. They're fucking, and this didn't just start happening all of a sudden because we had cameras on the phones. You think this shit wasn't going on already? Fuck yeah, it was going on. So, and then we got women are still harassed on a regular basis. This is a rape culture. I know y'all don't want to say that fucking shit because it's too SJW, but there is a rape culture. Rape culture. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know. I don't care if y'all want to hear it or not. That's the truth. That's going on too. And of course, we already know LGBT rights have been, you know, forwarded, but it's still not. I mean, the suicide rate among transgender people alone should tell you something. And it's not just trans, there's gay people. They still have their rights abrogated. I mean, try to be openly gay in a fucking southern town and see how far you get. So, I mean, there's a lot of shit, and it's all fucking interconnected. Socioeconomic status. I mean, fucking if you're gay or not, if you're white or not, all this shit's still going down in this country. And Obama wasn't a fucking saint. Let me go ahead and say that right now. He sold out progressives. I honestly think that. And you can say what you want. I know what y'all are going to say already. And Hillary wasn't fucking that great either. But at the same time, generally speaking, the Democrats have become socially progressive. But they are neoliberalist and they suck corporations' dicks. So, and I'm putting that, of course, not in a great way. But Democrats ain't that much better as far as corporations go. So what are we going to do? I mean, already we're talking about Democrats are talking about Cory Booker. No, what are you even talking about? You know how we said the Republicans wouldn't take a look at their own party after fucking putting Romney as the nominee last time because they weren't paying attention to the Hispanic population rejecting his ass wholesale? We are fucking not paying attention by fucking keep talking about the same policies that got our ass in trouble to begin with. Because Democrats need to be Democrats again. And what does that mean? I'm gonna need you to go read a book. It's called Listen to Liberal by Thomas Frank. It kind of talks about the way that liberals have gotten away from kind of the base of the white working class labor unions and that kind of coalition going on, blacks and minorities that they had before Clinton came along. Now, of course, the argument comes, well, if it wasn't for Clinton, we wouldn't want any. I don't want to win that way. You might as well be a goddamn fucking Republican if you're going to win that way. The only difference is social progressive shit. Okay? Do you really? I mean, fuck me. I mean, I'm sorry. A lot of things a lot of emotions are going through me right now. I'm trying to figure out how to fucking articulate this the way I want to. And I know the Democrats are better than the Republicans. Don't give me that fucking shit. I know that. In a two-party system, yes, you're absolutely fucking correct. Democrats are better. But let's not fucking fool ourselves here. There's still centrists, ultimately. I mean, the fucking establishment will not fucking let Ellison, and go look this guy up. Ralph Ellison, he is a chair of the Progressive Caucus. But what else is he? He's a fucking Muslim. Oh no! A Muslim! And the establishment's not trying to have that fucking shit. They're putting their weight behind somebody else, and to be honest, I don't remember fucking who it is. I don't fucking care. But the only way we're gonna move this party forward is if we get fucking different ideas, because this shit just didn't work this time. People got fucking Hillary. No. No. And yeah, of course sexism has something to do with it. But I'm going to tell you right now, it wasn't the only. And anybody who oversimplifies this shit is just not being intellectually honest. There's always different factors that go into anything like this. And yes, I'm sure that has something to do with it. Russia, let's not overlook Russia's fucking involvement here. But it's the same thing that happened, I think, Moore wasn't elected. They were looking for scapegoats. When it comes right down to it, you gotta take some blame for your own fucking defeat. Because you're not paying attention. Okay. See, and this is where I get again. Because I don't want to be the guy that said the guy who says like, well, poor white people in the South or wherever the fuck it is, not just the South. Poor white people are oppressed. Fuck no, we already know that's not the case. We already know that there are people of color who have it worse off, or whatever. But I mean, I don't know. This country's so fucked. It's so seeded with racism. It's so seeded with inequality. It's just this whole me shit. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. And it's part of the gun culture too. That's something else too that I don't know what the fuck we do as this country. To be honest with you, this country has just gotten along on fucking basically I don't know. I don't know how we've stuck around this long, to be honest with you. How we held together. I mean, I guess the federal system is probably the main reason because there are states that do just what the fuck. California's like, fuck you. We're going to do what the fuck we want, so fuck you. We don't need you. California by itself is like, the eighth biggest economy in the fucking world. California doesn't need you. I mean, what does California need from the federal government? The only thing they can do is weed because it's Schedule 1. I mean, but I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm trying not to be so dystopian about this whole thing, but it just feels like there's some fucked up shit about to go down. So I've rambled long enough. Look, I don't know. Here's what I'm gonna say. We need to fucking get together and figure something out, us progressives, or whatever one you want to call it. People who give a fuck about other people, empathetic people. We need to do some shit. And I want to tell you, all y'all, all my friends on Facebook, I really appreciate everything you've done. And I've seen some of the things y'all done, and there's some incredible things. I'm not going to name names because I'll leave somebody out. But there are lots of y'all who do shit that I could never do because I'm like fucking introverted and I'm scared of people, large crowds and shit. But I really appreciate what y'all do, and I appreciate the shit that people go out and do. Like today in Nashville, they fucking chain themselves to a door at the state capitol. That kind of shit, like, oh, who cares? That's not going to change anything. Okay, well, tell Martin Luther King that, and MLK is being whitewashed. MLK, what fucking saint? No, he was not a saint. Sure, he had a lot of fucked up shit. He's a human fucking being. And he wasn't just, the great white hope. Like, how the fuck are you going to be conservative and fucking quote MLK? I just want to punch you in your goddamn face. I mean, I know that's violent, but I can't help it. Don't be a conservative and fucking talk about MLK. He was anti-war. He was for poor. I mean, he was assassinated in Memphis when he was going to lead a strike for the garbage work, or the garbage union, I think it was, in Memphis. I mean, he wasn't one-dimensional. So, white people today, or frankly anybody today who doesn't know MLK's legacy, he had a lot of shit going on. And in fact, he was the most hated man in America back in the day by everybody. And I'm not just talking about white people. The black establishment didn't like his ass either. Because he was too radical and shit. So, that makes me mad when they fucking try to fucking whitewash that shit. But we need to fucking, do some real shit. And yeah, in DC today, some people broke some windows. Oh no! People broke windows? In a Starbucks? God forbid. Fuck you. Who fucking cares? Fucking Starbucks. Fuck you. I don't give a fuck. They have shitty coffee anyway. But seriously, they're a major corporation. They got insurance. Who gives a shit? I mean, fuck you. Anyway. Okay, I'm rambling. I've been rambling long enough. Seriously, this time. But everybody stick together. Do what you can for the struggle. Indivisible is a book or is a manual that's been out, and y'all need to check that out. This isn't my podcast, so I don't know why I'm acting like it is, but seriously, if y'all need anything, if I can help in some way, especially if you're LGBT, women, or POC, people of color, let me know. And I'll do what I can. I mean, I'm some poor white dude in a fucking white trash town, so. I don't know. Seriously. Let me know. And I want y'all to let me know if you want me to do a podcast episode. I don't know. I don't want it to be just angry, though. I think I should do one about what we can do to kind of get through these next, hopefully, 4 years, not 8. Good God Almighty, I don't know what the fuck we do then, but all right, y'all take it easy now, okay?